us. Corporate's always there for us. FedEx is always there for us. Like, we have such an amazing company backing us up. And as a president's team, it's really cool to actually be on the press team calls and actually hear and see what's happening with FedEx, what's happening with a corporate level, what's happening with Andre, what's happening with Herbalife. Like, Herbalife is working so hard for us. So all we have to do is just do what we do best, which is inspire people. Okay. So we don't have to think about, is my package being dropped off properly, or is COVID going to affect it? No, like, they're working for us, and let's just focus on what we have to do. So, you're going to have your times, your moments, and that's okay. And I think everyone should be accepted to have those moments. If you're going to have a bad day or you're having a good day, like just go through it. Go through the bad days, go through the good days. But as coaches, I think we're all coaches, hands up. We're all serious. We all want to be leaders. We all want to have a team. And if you want to have a team and attract people, you can't have the bad days all the time. Because eventually you have to sit back up, step yourself back up, put your big girl pants on, as I say, and like put your makeup on and let's go. Like, we have people to inspire. And I keep hearing on these president's team calls, the most successful Herbalife coaches were actually recruited in times of, down, during a pandemic, during the recession. The biggest Herbalife coaches, the most successful coaches in the entire Herbalife career, were recruited when they lost their jobs. They were recruited when there was a recession. They were recruited when they had no other way of making an income and helping people. And so finally they chose Herbalife. And so maybe you guys felt this or not, I'm not sure, but I know from my team, after that 48 hours of confinement, and what's funny is that we kind of just ran with it and we did what we wanted and we figured out our way, which I'm going to explain. But now with the second wave of confinement and going into the end of the year, we can look back and strategize based on what we learned, based on what we did. And it's actually a strategy now. So have your ups and downs. We had a down, mentally, we didn't know what was going to happen. And then we went on crazy recruitment mode. And I'll share with you what Andre has kind of mentored in me. She says, if you don't do HOMs, no one's going to recruit anyone. You're not going to grow your team. But if you do offer the opportunity and you do HOMs and you talk about the opportunity consistently, you're going to grow a team. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not after 3 days, but I bet you after day 8, 9, or 10, someone's going to ask you. But it's consistently, consistently. You guys know, with results, this is my biggest trick and tip. If you post your teen aloe every single day, by day 7, someone's going to message you. It's a proven tactic. I know it. I know it works. It works for everyone. And so the same thing goes for the opportunity. If you don't offer the opportunity, then no one's going to join the team. And so now in Quebec and Montreal, going through this second wave and going through the end of the year, how do you want to finish? Do you want to finish on a low note or do you want to finish on a high note to get ready for January? Guys, January is the biggest month of Herbalife. I want to say September and January, my biggest months. And so now we have to plant the seeds to get ready for January, which means we're going like this. I don't care how you feel. I don't care what your energy is. I don't care about COVID. I don't care, nothing. We're preparing now as of today for January so that we go like this. Y'all smiling. This is good. Okay, so let's look back on what happened, especially with my organization in those times. Crazy recruitment. Meaning posting on Instagram about the opportunity every single day. Number 2, the biggest thing that I've learned, especially right now, show people the opportunity in a way that they want to see it. So for example, I have professional dancers. They're going to be dancing on the Latin billboards. They're away right now. They are, danced in the Super Bowl. These are huge influencers. If I just tell them, hey, join Herbalife, you're going to make a few extra dollars, or you're going to take the product and inspire people, that's not enough for them. They want to be the hype of the show. They want to be teaching the challenge workouts. They want to be posted on Instagram. So I needed to pitch it to them as hey, do you want to be teachers in my challenge? And you're going to inspire over thousands of people? That's attractive to them. So often we have like a pitch in our head and then we just like pitch it like crazy. Now I really look at it as like quality. I used to be the biggest quantity person. I would message you all over Instagram. I would message a ton of people on Facebook. I would just do as many people as I could. Now let's go for quality, especially during these times. So let's take the dancers as an example. I'm really using the opportunity and saying, okay, how can Herbalife help them particularly? Let's look at influencers. An influencer who's in fitness and an influencer who's in makeup, you're going to pitch them very differently. You're going to talk to them very differently. You're going to respond to their comments very differently. And so I'll tell you guys, I've said this story before, but the influencer in my organization who within 3 months is fully qualified Get Team, almost her first cut of Get 2.5, is all through strategy, is all through the AMP program, and is all through this new promotion we're going to talk about that we're setting up with her. But for her, it was, your gym is closing. Do you want to come to my gym and try this workout challenge online? It wasn't an amazing pitch about money, although she loves money. It wasn't Instagram. It was face-to-face, just inviting her for a workout. So everyone's very, very, very different. And so now I see it as a way of like, okay, how can I speak to them with a quality point of view? And how can I spin Herbalife to make it fit for their lifestyle? And what's funny is that these people come to me after and they're like, if you would have told me Herbalife 3 weeks ago, I would have said nope. But like now I'm in a challenge. Now I have 100 clients. Now I'm helping people and they're slowly loving the company and everything it has to offer. And guess what? Those kind of people that truly fall in love are never going to leave, right? We're always scared of like, oh my God, these people are going to leave. But if you work the strategy with them and you're there for them, they won't leave. So let's talk strategy. I remember being told this probably when I was like 19 years old. So I started the business when I was 18. Now I'm 26. But a while ago, at the beginning of my Herbalife career, I remember someone saying, I forget who it was, Herbalife sets up promotions to help you. It's like Herbalife corporate. They sit back, Andre, for example, sits back, goes through everyone's numbers, has access to everything and everyone around the world and says, okay, what's working, what's not working, and let's make a promotion to make people do what's working. Does that make sense? That's not the best English, but you understand what I mean. So they're like, okay, people who do 500 volume points 3 months in a row have more success long-term in Herbalife. It's proven. It's a strategy, right? If someone's like, hey, do you want to be a doctor? This is the schooling you have to go to. It's not if you want to, if you don't want to, if you had a good day, you had a bad day. No, you go to the schooling. No one questions that. So it's the same thing when it comes to promotions. I see it almost like a schooling because eventually you're going to get a lot of people, especially with confinement going on. Everyone's not losing their job, but a lot of people, a lot of things are closing. You guys write this down. Restaurants and bartenders are the best people in Herbalife. Right now in Montreal, all our bars and all our restaurants are closed. So guess who I'm talking to every single day? Bartenders and restaurant owners. They are the best. They work like crazy. They know work ethic. They know how to talk to people. They're probably attractive. Okay, so that's the best opportunity to go after right now. And if you want to do a nutrition club, bartenders do this full time. They're bartenders. Okay, so let's take that. Now let's look at the strategy. So AMP, 3 months of 500 volume points. In my team, I never say the first level is 250 and the second level is 500. No, 500 volume points, you get the 2 gifts. Thumbs up, let's go. No more level 1, it's just level 2. Yeah, Bob and Trish are ready. Drink that tea, Bob, let's go. Okay, so level 2 only. Level amazing only. So 500 volume points, 3 months in a row. And so what happens? They join, they start the products, they join as a member within your challenges, with whatever you're doing. We run challenges. I run challenges every 21 days. They join a challenge. Our last challenge, we had 360 people in the challenge. Here's the thing. All of my coaches are pitching the challenge every single day, like crazy. And my tab team are pitching the challenge every single day. That's a strategy. So guess what? Our challenge starts on Tuesday, October 13th. Monday's Thanksgiving. I bet you my whole team is not going to be doing Thanksgiving because we're in confinement anyways. They're going to be talking to people to get in on the challenge. And now's the best time. With COVID, a lot of people are like, oh, wow, health, like they're realizing they need help. Now we are in the best time. Our industry is like this. So we have to I actually see it as oh my God, I don't want to waste time. And I don't want to lose people. Now's the time to hustle. Okay. So they join the challenge. They get the products. If they want to become a member, they become a member. Week 2, you don't wait till the end of the month. You don't wait till week 4. Week 2, you talk to them about joining as a member. They can get a discount. They can become a member. They could refer people to the challenge. It's not too late. They can still do the challenge. And you can create incentives if you want. And then within the week 2 of them becoming a member, you're talking. So what I do is I track through the month, right? Our challenge starts, let's say, the first week of the month. By the 15th max, in the chat group of the coaches or ambassadors, I'm for example, Andre is 200 points away from the from the first, from 500 volume points. Linda's 230 points away from her 35%. Oh my God, Trish is 300 points away. You're so close. And now everyone's seeing where everyone's at. And the person who's at 0 is like, oh my God, everyone else is doing it, so I got to do it. Right? It's a community-based thing. So I really call people out, obviously in a super fun way and a super loving way. And I'm like, oh my God, you're 170 points away. I actually did it today and we're the 7th of the month. 2 girls join and they're at 277 volume points. And I'm like, wow, you're so close from your first cut of 35% your first cut of AMP. Now what's actually overwhelming, amazing, is that you get your 35%, and you did your second level of AMP, your first month of 500. And now if you've joined before September, so this is actually open to everyone, which we're going to get into that as well. The new promotion. Andre, what's the name of the promotion? I always forget it. I want to say Rise to Fall, but it's not that. That's the other promotion that we used to have. You're going to write it in the chat for me.
Strive promotion.
What's
that?
Thrive. Okay.
Thrive promotion.
So the Thrive promotion is open to everyone. And so instead of focusing on just the new people doing their 500 to get to the 35%, you can actually do this to all your levels. Hey, Jen is, 400 points away from achieving her Thrive promotion. Hey, Sarah's 500 points away from achieving her Strive promotion. So you can actually, as leaders, which I'm looking at the screen right now, most of you have a team, you can call out your people about getting their Strive promotion. The other thing that's super cool about this promotion that Andre kind of made me realize is it's open to everyone. This is really important, okay? Whether you did Herbalife a week ago and you joined, whether you joined 6 years ago, whether you joined 10 years ago, whether you joined a year ago, it's open to everyone. So us as leaders have to be so excited about it. And guess what happens when you're excited? It trickles down. Now your front line's excited, and then they're excited. So then your second line's excited, then your third line's excited, and everyone's excited about it. So it's all an attractive-based business, but not attractive like you're looking cool. It's if you're excited, people will be excited. If you're not excited, people won't be excited. If you're not going for the promotion, your team's not going to go for the promotion. And guess what? We did a tracking with my numbers. Andre and I did it, I think, yesterday or the day before. And then I actually looked at it again today, and I was really looking at everything. Imagine, we all have this, okay? People have zeros. We all have zeros. People in our downline that have zeros. Here's the thing. What if you have a VIP client or a VIP member or just an ambassador is what I call them, and they used to do 1,000 volume points, and then whatever, life hit them, and they're back at 0. And they've been at 0 for maybe 5 months, let's say. And then all of a sudden, this amazing promotion comes out. Maybe they lose their job. Maybe they don't feel good. Maybe with COVID, life hit them in the face, and they're like, I got to do something. I'm stuck at home anyways. And now it's like they have a new AMP, but they've already done this before. They know what it's like. They know how to recruit. They know the challenges because they've been with you before. So now, like Andre told me, you can not rise from the dead, but you can have these people that have been at 0 to rise again. So I'm looking at my numbers. I actually have 1,081 members that could qualify for the Strive promotion. That's nuts. Imagine if each of them did 500 volume points. That's a ton of volume, like a ton. Let's take, as Andre said, let's take a quarter of it. That's a mill team. That's just dead. That's gonna bang, hit mill team. So this is the thing. We go through our life with action. Okay, post on Instagram, promote the challenge, promote this, do that, do your thing. Like, we could get very busy. But what's the strategy behind what you're doing? Do you actually have a step-by-step strategy? Are you working hard or smart? Working smart is me tomorrow sitting with 1,000 member lists and literally texting every single one of these people. With 1,000 people, it's probably gonna take me 3 days, 4 days. Okay, and that's like the hard work, but the smart work. And this is another thing that one of my tab leaders told me yesterday. She's like, oh, but Victoria, I gotta get new. And I'm like, here's the thing. This is psychological. Someone told me this. I think Stefan Graziani told me this. It's much easier to get volume from someone you've already had a relationship with than to get brand new, right? Let's say I go to Lululemon and I've been to Lululemon before. You don't even have to tell me. You don't have to pitch me. I'm walking into Lululemon. I know what pants I'm going to buy. But if I've never been to Lululemon, you gotta double the work. You gotta pitch me. Maybe I gotta try them on. I gotta try 3 pairs. Then I know which pair I'm gonna try. I gotta do some work. Jacob Paloma and all them, they love that example, Lululemon. Okay, but here's the thing. If you've already had them in your challenges, they're already hooked. They know what it is. Maybe life hit them. And I think as coaches, sometimes we forget that people have a life outside Herbalife. They're not like us, who are like live, breathe, everything Herbalife. Like, stuff happens in my life and I don't really care. It's Herbalife. Like, that's the priority. But normal people in the real world, like, who aren't in the business, it's not that. They have something happens to their kid and they don't do personal development, so like they're out. Or something happens in the challenge, they didn't win, and like they're so, pity because they don't have personal development, and then they leave. But maybe it's been a year or 2 years or 3 months or 2 weeks or whatever, and something's hit them and they're like, okay, I'm ready now. And now, instead of just saying, okay, join and like restart your membership and you're gonna do the volume point thing, now you're like, wait a second, we have a strategy. I know what works, I know what doesn't work. Focus on the challenge, post your journey. And then the other thing is the strategy of the Strive promo. If you just do 500 points more 3 months in a row, you get this amazing gift. And you know what's crazy? I knew this, but I didn't realize how intense this is. When you give people gifts, something happens. I don't even comprehend it. We just finished our challenge and I gave away cash yesterday. And it's funny, we had 5 winners, and all 5 of them, since I gave them the cash, are starting the business. That's crazy. All 5, not 3, not 2, all 5. They're like, you know what? That's exactly what I needed to give me a boost. Now I have the gift. Now I have the proof. I'm in for this business. Next challenge, I'm referring all my friends. I'm in. 5 people. It's like something happens when you give people something. And now Herbalife's going to give us these sick gifts that we have to, as leaders, get so, so, so excited about. So no matter what's happening in your life, tomorrow you go on the Strive promo tracker. I actually just looked at it for like 3 hours this evening. And what I love is that, yes, track your progress. To be honest, I'm like, I know my progress. Dang, I don't really care about my progress. I'm going to do it. Let's go to the downline. Because you as leaders, you're responsible. I don't care what your upline or downline, whatever anyone says, you're responsible for your downline. So you go to the downline and you track. And let me tell you, when I did that, 1,081 people, I was like, oh boy, I got my work cut out for me now. So go to the downline, see the downline, go through each thing, each person. And what's cool is that you'll see their actual total volume and their volume right now and the volume that they need to do. And the easy ones are the ones that are at 0. They just got to do 500. They just got to do 500. So if they just do 500, yeah, the non-supervisor report. But Andre, I like the tracker, the Strive tracker. Like the actual promo tracker is amazing. So you could do both. You can go through your non-supervisor report and really see everything, which I highly suggest. But the Strive tracker, I love. Let's do that tomorrow because we're almost halfway through the month. And you want to make sure that your people are achieving their first month 500 more than last month. Good. We're on the website. On the main page, you're going to see a picture of like the tea kettle and all that. And it says track my progress. Click track my progress and go through your downline. It's not always about us. Go through the people that are in your team. And again, if they're at 0, those are the easiest ones. Like, hey, so-and-so. And you know what? Let's get into this a little bit, especially for those in Montreal. I had a team meeting with my team. What's going on right now with COVID and confinement and all these things? It's not fun. So the way I'm going through my follow-ups, I think Elisabeth Boulet asked me, like, what's the kind of message you're sending? It's just like, hey, how's it going? Because when you ask someone, hey, how's it going right now? Or, hey, how have you been? Or how are you keeping up? Like, how are you genuinely doing during this time? Who asks people that? Like, people who truly care. So by you just saying like, hey, how's it going? Hey, how are you doing with the kids? You know, I messaged someone that today, hey, how are you doing with the kids? And she's like, Victoria, I'm losing my mind. I barely know this client. She's like, I'm losing my mind. I'm transferring you $29 and I have 2 people and I'm in your challenge. I didn't say nothing. I just said, hey, how are you doing with your kids? So I think now is like the best time to message people like, hey, how are you genuinely doing? Whether you're in Montreal dealing with what we're dealing with or not, now's a great time because we don't know the challenges people are living. That's a big thing. We don't know what they're really going through. And I'm telling you, people not in Herbalife are not going through a fun time. They're going through a lot of challenges, a lot of struggles. Maybe they're like stuff with their work and all that stuff. So the first step is getting them back through the Strive promotion. The second step is offering the opportunity with a little star in your notebook on how it suits them. Because let me tell you, when you hit president's team, nothing changes. I still take my TNL every morning. I still post my Instagram the same way I posted when I was world team. I still talk to people the same way I spoke to people at world team. But the thing that's different is like, okay, let's talk to them with a more quality manner. Instead of just going through all these people, let's go with quality because what's chairman's? 5 people. 5. It's only 5. Like Ariane Goyette, 2 diamond. It's only 2 people. So it's not getting thousands of people. It's getting 5 people to work the business. And so when you talk to someone, and let's take the dancers, for example, they're actually twins. They're really cool. And so if I talk to them in a way where they know that Herbalife's going to work for them, then they didn't even sign yet, but I'm working on it. When they do sign, now I need to mentor them and create the strategy for them. And they also need to know that I'm there for them to teach them the Strive, to teach them the AMP, to teach them how to move up the marketing plan. And I think sometimes we just get lost in like our own head, like, oh, I got to get my new people. I got to do this. I got to do that. If you're someone right now, let's put this in the chat actually, who right now, if you have a lot of new people that join your team, put a number 1. If you're looking for new people, put a 2. So if you've already had a lot of people join, put a number 1. There's so many in the comment to try and look at everything. Okay. And then if you are someone who's looking for new people, you're like, I need new, I'm like, number 2. I think we have really like both. Let me just take a look. Okay, so if you're a number 1, I saw this on Unstoppable Fit Couples Instagram once. It's called servant leadership. The mindset I have when I had all these people join, I think I had my top was 110 new members in the month of June. No, May. In 1 month. My mindset is I'm working for them. Whatever they need, I'm there for. I'm not pitching new people. You have 110 who've already bought Lululemon pants. They've already know the deal. They know what it is. They know Herbalife. They're in the building. Don't let them leave. You're there, like it's like a cocktail. They walk into the building, you gotta perform and entertain and teach and strategize and everything now. You cannot let them leave. If you're number two, so that means using the strategies, using the promos, using all these things, and using your excitement. If you're boring at the cocktail, they leave. If the cocktail isn't pretty, they leave. There's no balloons, I won't be there, Jacob. Just kidding. I just wanted to call you out. Okay, you know, like if it isn't fun, they leave. Number two, if you're looking for new people, you have to ask yourself, how am I showing up as a leader, or not a leader? How am I showing up in the marketplace to attract people? That's one. We all know that. Number two, for the number twos, is who am I trying to attract? I'm going to talk very differently with my influencer than I'm going to talk with the dancers, then I'm going to talk with Linda Morin, then I'm going to talk with Henry Palomo, then I'm going to talk with Andre. I'm going to talk very different. And I think that's the biggest thing I learned hitting presidency team with all these people that come in. It's like you got to know how to be with different people, putting on different shoes. Let's see the question. What techniques can a new member use to get new when clients are skeptical? Consistency. If they're skeptical and they don't know, they're not sure about the soul, or I just had a question, or they're not sure about the aloe, or they're not sure, no problem. Keep watching. No problem. In your mind, like right now, the way I feel with confinement in Montreal, you don't have time for the skeptical people. No problem, keep watching. No problem, keep watching. I had a girl, she's like, I did your challenge 2 months ago, but I'm not doing it this month. Sure, no problem. Gyms are closed. Find your other solution. No problem. No problem. Like you have time. You don't have time. Linda's loving this. You don't have time for the skeptical people. However, you show them love. No problem. Keep watching. Whatever it is, I support you. That's great. And most likely they're going to keep watching, but you got to be consistent. So people that are skeptical, it's because you're not consistent enough. That's deep. You're probably not consistent enough. What I've been seeing a lot in my own team and my new members, it's like, join my challenge, and then they're eating apple pie. And I'm like, you can't be a health coach and be eating apple pie every day. Join my challenge, and they're drinking vodka. In the same story. It's like, you gotta be consistent. It has to be consistent. So you can't eat you can eat the apple pie, just don't post it, okay? Like, you gotta be consistent on what you're showing people, and then obviously one day you're gonna meet them face to face, so you better have results. You better be the person that you're posting on your stories. You better have the same energy that you're posting on your stories. Another thing about consistency, someone messaged one of my second line, the girl, the influencer who just hit Get Team in 3 months. She said, you know why I want to join Caro? And I said, why? She says every single day, she's happy and positive. Nothing about her life. Every single day, I know whatever she's doing, they don't even know what it is. I know whatever she's doing, it works because she's happy and she's positive every single morning. And guess what? There's a change. Third biggest thing, write this in your notes. When something changes, people are attracted to watch. Confinement was a change. COVID was a change. People losing their job was a change. So imagine a bartender loses her job, starts Herbalife, loses 30 pounds in like 2 months, and now is the most positive, happy, outgoing person ever. That's a lot of change, and now she's consistent. Bang, people are gonna join. And now it's up to us as leaders that when people come to your cocktail, let's go with that analogy, I like it. When they come to the cocktail, that you're able to teach them how to stay consistent with that. I know what like fires up each of my members. Like I know when I talk to the influencer, how I'm gonna talk to her. I know when I talk to MC, how I'm gonna talk to her. I know when I talk to Linda, how I'm gonna talk to her. So you have to, for the ones that already have a lot of people that came into the team, make sure that you get to know your people. Because maybe your people, sorry guys, Maybe your people aren't going to take care of their downline, but you as a leader are always there. You're going to take care of it. So you got to get to know, sorry, my vacuum robot just like woke up. It's stuck. Sorry. There we go. Okay. So you got to make sure that you're consistent in teaching and getting to know your people. Okay. And the more, it's like any relationship, the more you get to know the person, the more you create a deeper relationship, the better. So Stefan told me something recently. It's actually really true and really funny. He says Herbalife is like people when they're dating. So someone who's just like openly dating, they're like, let me go on a date here. Well, now with confinement, but before, let me go on a date here. Let me go on a date here. Let me go meet this person. And it's like, let me meet this person. And if it's cool, it's cool. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, whatever. That's how people, when they first start, that's how they see Herbalife. But what's the level of commitment that you have and that you need to trickle down to your team? That even when it's not going so well, you make it work. It's a marriage, actually. And divorce is not possible in my head, okay? In Herbalife. Okay, so when you get started with you guys that are serious, locked in for life. And people need to feel that. And so it's funny, I have a downline and a team that just opened a nutrition club. And they're all pumped up because I showed the vision. I was pumped up. I was so literally duplicated the feeling. And week 1, they open. New confinement hits now in Montreal. And she's like, Vic, like I should have just gone back to social media. No. I said, yeah, no problem. And I know her. So I'm like, yeah, no problem. Just like, there's a lot of work to be done. And I didn't feed into that because I know how to talk to this person. And the next day we're at the gym and she's like, God, you must have hated me yesterday. And I was like, yeah, but I'm used to you. It's okay. And she's on fire because I didn't let her get to that feeling. I didn't feed into like the negativity, And now she's on fire. She's like, oh my God, you're so right. Like all these people are coming now and like we're over 50 servings. So that's really fun. Let me answer this question. Okay, write all your questions in the chat and let me answer them at the end. So let's do like a little recap. First thing, out of all of this, consistency. Second thing, change. We're all going through change. How are you showing that? How are you showing up for that? Let me tell you, if you've been in the business for over 2 years, if you are the same and you're showing up as the same you did 2 years ago, there's no change. People are like kind of fed up. Let's do like some tough love here, to be honest. So like anything, you can show anything. You're able to bring your kids to the park at 2:00 in the afternoon. That's a change. Most people don't do that. You're able to, before Corona, like you're able to bring your kids to a movie theater. That's different. People don't normally do that, like during the day. You're able to go shopping. You're able to purchase something online shopping. Post about that. Like people need to see a change or else there's no proof that you're actually doing this thing. Second thing, how are you showing up? What kind of level of attractiveness are you showing up to the people that you want into your business? So think about every time you post or you do something, like, what does this look like to the people I'm trying to get? For recruiting, recruit like crazy. Like crazy. I have a Monday night call and a Thursday night call. Monday night call, Motivation Monday. I have a guest from the US every single Monday. Why? Because my team needs to see extreme levels of motivation. Extreme stories, like extreme. They need to see the president's teams in LA. They need to see the Style Bell. They need to talk to Nicole Lakin. They need to talk to Fit Couple. This is what I was able to work at Monday night. Why? Because I attended events and I went to Future Pres Team. Okay, that's super important too. When the events get on, like you got to qualify for everything. Number 2, so the Thursday call is coach training. And on the coach training, tomorrow, I'm going through the Strive promotion. And we're going to go through everyone's numbers, not with their name, but we're going to go through everything and show people like, stop spending all your day on Instagram. Stop spending all your day on Facebook. Your president's team is right in front of you, maybe. Your millionaire team is right in front of you. Your get team is probably right there. You're just like kind of fed up of texting that person. I know the feeling, but maybe she's going through a really hard time and maybe she just lost her job and maybe now she's ready. My frontline, almost millionaire team, so freaking close. I messaged her for 3 years and she just so happened to finally she was ready because she injured herself. Like we don't know what people are going through. Okay, that's my point. Use the strategy. So you're doing a lot of things, but what's the strategy? If I had 100 people come knocking on your door tomorrow, you got to know a strategy, simple and fast, that you could teach everyone. What if, write this down, what if 100 people showed up at your door tomorrow that were like, Andre Masson, I'm 100% in for Herbalife. Tell me what to do and I'll do it. Do you have like a simple guideline that they'll actually do? I'll tell you, we used to have a guidebook of like 100 pages. No one likes to read that. So I had to change my simple steps because it's not so simple. So it has to be something that everyone can follow. They say something like, God will only give you like the team and the money when you're ready for it. But if you're not ready for the 100 people, well, it's not coming at your door. And that was literally what I was forced to figure out during confinement. And so the getting new, I think we covered it, but when you get new, how are you showing up daily? And when they're in, how are you breeding them to become successful? So imagine someone who signed up in September. I'm sure all of you have people that signed up in September. Here's the thing right now, this is what I'm going to tell all my people that signed up in September. You do 500 volume points this month, you get your first cut AMP, you get 35% discount for life, and you get your first cut of the Strive promotion. You have 3 things. That's a lot, you guys. So my chats all week, all day for the next 3 months is just going to be these things. Go for your promotion, your discounts and your profits, go for the AMP, and go for the kettle. Like 100%. Any questions? Let's go into questions real quick, and then I think we're good. I have a few people that are semi-skeptical because they know some people that the products didn't work for or charge double the price of the actual price. How can I work with them to gain them as my client? Okay, that's a good question. People that are skeptical and how you gain them as a client. I think the number one thing, if people think that the products don't work, they need to see your results. They need to see, okay, why should I take this product? So for me, I need to see someone's energy, not spiritual. Like you get energy from taking the tea. So you should be energetic. You shouldn't be like sitting there bored. No, you should be energetic when I come see you. So energy and results. People only get started in my team because they see results. If you want new clients, post results and post before and afters. It's attractive. People want that. Okay, another question. Do you change up distributor training you give on Thursday, or do you change it up depending on promos or things that happen? Yeah, so I used to do a 4-week training, okay? But I had like a mentor session with Stefan, and he's like, Victoria, what if I join on week 3? Well, now I just missed like the 2 other weeks, right? So now every Thursday is different. And it's going to be things like, for sure, the promo I'm going to talk about every single Thursday. Like every Thursday. Everyone's going to know this promo back of their hand, Andre, just for you. Okay. And then it's going to be stuff like social media training, how to use the website. You guys, when those 100 people show up at your door and maybe you work full time, the website is confusing. Like how to charge a client, it could be confusing. So literally that's a Thursday training, how to charge the client, how to do your first order, like to go through that with people. So it's always different. Thursday night, always different. Marketing plan, like a bunch of stuff. I actually did a chalet retreat. A lot of you guys know. And it's funny. They had to do 4,000 volume points or more to get to the retreat. We're at the retreat and we were like 15 people. 5 people didn't even know what World Team was. And they were in their first cut of World Team. Imagine. They're doing 4,000 volume points or more. And they don't even know what World Team is. So the thing about this business is repetition, 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 repetition. Repeat the marketing plan a million times. Repeat the promo a million times. Like repetition. People are blasted with life all day. Herbalife is just another thing. So when you're in it, you got to be consistent and repetition all the time. I just realized there's translators and I'm speaking so fast. Sorry, you guys. Okay, any other questions? Let's go, let's go. I'm just going to scroll up here if we had any at the beginning.
I don't think there was any.
Okay, good.
The comments. Well, yeah, I think you covered it all, my friend, and you guys got the straight talk tonight, right? And it didn't come from me; it came from Victoria. So I'm pretty sure, yes, Jazz is doing this, and Trish and Bob are laughing. But yeah, you guys got the straight talk, and I mean, thank you so much. I'm not going to add anything to this because that would be like, it would be pointless because you covered everything that needed to be covered here. So thank you so much, Victoria. Thank you again for your time, your enthusiasm. And how old are you again, Victoria? So everybody knows here.
26. Crazy.
See how young she is and how bright she is. So, I mean, thank you so much. She's got the straight talk and she's got the straight brain and the beauty to go with it as well. So hopefully you guys understood what the promotion is all about. Go download the flyers. The French flyer, there was a mistake on it. We're working on it. As soon as it's out again, I will post it. So you guys have an amazing month of October. So I'm on vacation next week, but I will be back the week after. So if there's anything urgent, unfortunately I won't be there. But thank you guys. Have a great month of October. We shall see you next month. And Victoria, thank you so much for everything you did for us tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Have a great month. Thank you.